I've been waiting to review this one for a while. I've had to keep my mouth shut for 3 long months while this movie's been under embargo, and I can finally review what I believe to be one of the finest, if not the finest movie I have seen so far this year. Brace yourselves, and I bet you haven't seen this one. This is something special. Reality check for people who think they know about Thai prisons. We've all heard of the famous Bangkok Hilton, and there's 1,000,001 books that have been published about people who have been locked up in it and managed to get out, not quite smelling of roses, but safe or moderately safe up here and here once they get out. You don't realise how bad these prisons are, and this movie doesn't hold back when it comes to shining light on the ferocity that exists within these prisons. A Prayer Before Dawn, based on the real-life account of Billy Moore, played here by Joe Cole, is here to tell you that this man lived through a nightmare, a living nightmare. There are fights in the yard. There are homosexual gang rape assaults in the toilet. You have to sleep in cells, on the floor, no beds, packed together like sardines. And if the man sleeping beside you isn't dead, chances are he's probably hung himself by morning. Jean-Stéphane Sauvel's film is at no point condescending or fantastical. It's hyper-violent and hyper-realistic, and it encourages you to take it at face value and believe in the reality of everything you're seeing. Not least because it's based on, as I already said, the best-selling memoir by Billy Moore, a young British methamphetamine drug addict who spent 3 years inside the notorious Klong Prem prison and then came out to bear witness. A Prayer Before Dawn goes full-on Midnight Express in its depiction of these horrors, right down to the savage tattooed inmates, the brutish guards, and the horrendous shrieking when the lights go out. In its better moments, it also bears comparison to Jacques Audiard's Un Prophète, another tale of supposed lamb to the slaughter, who, against all odds, found a way to survive and then thrive. Billy, it transpires, not only possesses the wheedling ability of drug dealers, drug addicts and junkies to get people to do things for them that otherwise wouldn't give them the time of day, the boy also possesses some seriously impressive Thai boxing skills. Before long, he's won the affections of Fame, the prison transsexual, who provides him with the cigarettes, which he in turn uses to bribe his way into the Muay Thai community within the prison. Once there, he's schooled in the sweet science of punching and kicking people to a bloody pulp, and enjoys the added perks afforded to the jail's pugilists. Little basic things like glass in the window or a table to sit at. This again reminds us the hellhole that is the Thai prison. But the battles take their toll, and Billy's drug addiction, which was fueled by his former bunkmates before he got into the boxing, comes back to bite him. And wouldn't you know it, he's now literally fighting for his life. The boxers get paid, he needs to win that money to pay off the people who supplied him with drugs inside, or the boy's gonna be in trouble. And if the opening shocking scenes of gang rape and brutality were not quite brutal enough for you, the Thai boxing scenes don't shy away. This is not Rocky. Director Sauvel does not shy on the violence, and in no way does he glamorize the brutality in this film. He elects to frame the fights in painfully long takes, so the audience almost feels every single blow, sees every drop of spit leaving the mouth, sees every drop of blood leaving the body. It's fucking unsettling. In conclusion, guys, I'm scoring A Prayer Before Dawn an absolutely massive 9.5 out of 10. The only reason it's not getting a perfect score is because it's guilty, if you can even call it that, of not necessarily breaking new ground, but the way in which it delivers its story, the fact that this story is true and it feels true. This movie feels authentic, and authenticity is something that is very hard to capture in movies. You can literally smell the piss, the vomit, the blood emanating from the screen. And a masterful turn I forgot to mention in my whole discourse was that a lot of the Thai dialogue is not subtitled, and that's done purposefully so that the audience feels the same level of alienation as Billy Moore himself. A Prayer Before Dawn, I think, is going to be in contention for Best Independent Film this year. I'm sure it's going to be in the Oscar talk. It is, I would say, the finest film that I have seen this year, and it is the benchmark which other movies now need to beat. We are getting into Oscar season, I appreciate that. There's probably going to be a ton of movies which are going to dethrone this before the year is out. As it stands, A Prayer Before Dawn is the best movie I've seen this year, by a fucking landslide. So over to you guys. What did you think of A Prayer Before Dawn? Have you actually heard of it or seen it? If you haven't, I really recommend you go and check it out. I cannot speak highly enough about it. But if you haven't seen it, what's your favourite prison movie and what's your favourite boxing movie? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and please hit that subscribe button right here, and check in every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday for Silver Screen Dudes movie reviews right here on Silver Screen Dudes. And for me, Nico Lura, until next time, see ya!